Oof, guys, not the best day for Palantir stock. They just got downgraded by Morgan Stanley. We're going to break down everything in this video from what Morgan Stanley ended up saying, why they downgraded them, and we're going to go over the charts, what the stock's doing right now, and what the markets are doing. The indexes here, maybe at the end of the video. So if y'all find value, hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe, and don't forget to get up to 16 stocks for Moomoo, guys. Use that link down below, or simply go to stocksurfest.com/Moomoo. Once you open up your account and fund it with at least $100 right off the bat, you get 5 stocks, and depending on how much more money you deposit, you can get another free share of either Tesla stock or Google stock, which is limited time, guys. The clock's ticking, so use that link down below. And with that being said, folks, cheers. Let's dive right into the video. So check it out. We have Palantir stock currently down about 9%, so not a good day at all by any stretch of the imagination right now for Palantir, down about $1.50 per share, now back under what, $15 a share, when yesterday after the bell it was pushing mid-16s, the mid-16s. And to give you a little bit more perspective on what the markets are looking like right now, the indexes are kind of teeter-tottering between, being a little bit red, a little bit green, right? We have the Russell down barely, pretty much at break even. The Nasdaq's up 0.3%. We have the Dow down 0.1%, and we have, let's see, the S&P's at pretty much break even. Russell's, break even as well. So everything, guys, is close to break even, with the Nasdaq being the most green out of the bunch. It's currently up, what, 0.3%, not bad. So look, Palantir is clearly down a lot now from what, 1640 after the bell yesterday. Now it's at 1485. It is down roughly 9.5% from that point. And the low of the day was roughly 1460, 65, right in that ballpark, which is a drop of almost 11% from the recent high, which we hit yesterday after the bell. So Palantir is taking a beating as of now. So before we actually dive into the charts more in depth, let's talk about why this is happening. This doesn't just happen out of the blue, or a lot of the time it doesn't. Sure, sometimes a stock could drop 9%, 10% randomly one day with no catalyst. But in this case, we did get a catalyst for Palantir. So let me actually pull this up on the internet here, guys. Let me show you what's going on. And by the way, make sure to go follow me on Twitter. This is my Twitter page right here, guys, at StossSurfest, or just type in Stoss Talk Stocks. Actually, I changed my app to Stoss Talk Stocks. So if you guys want to be a part of the community on there and see all my tweets throughout the day, I post a bunch of tweets, throughout the day, getting way more active on Twitter. Make sure to go follow me at Stoss Talk Stocks. And with that being said, Palantir, guys, got downgraded by Morgan Stanley. You guys can see this is the latest indication of how Wall Street is skeptical of the software company, I guess, according to this article, right, which has touted itself as a major player within artificial intelligence. So what did Morgan Stanley do exactly? Well, let's come down here a little bit more and we'll see the reasons behind this downgrade. So you guys can see an analyst named Keith Weiss wrote, the stock's valuation reflects, quote, AI euphoria, which a lot of people think NVIDIA is the same, but I mean, geez, guys, did you see how much NVIDIA's revenue is growing, their guidance? I don't know. It's arguable that that valuation may be warranted over there for NVIDIA, but Palantir is not seeing nearly as crazy growth right now as NVIDIA is. So is the valuation, warranted here on Palantir stock? My guy over here, Keith Weiss, he doesn't think so. He said again, he wrote, the stock's valuation reflects AI euphoria, but that any tailwind from this trend will take time to materialize. And look at this, guys. While bringing product to the market was enough to inspire investor optimism in the past 6 months, we see the focus shifting to investors parsing out the companies that can drive revenue from these offerings in the most timely and effective ways, he wrote to clients. And to that end, Palantir still appears very early, as the company has clearly communicated that it has yet to determine a monetization strategy for its solution, which I mean, that's definitely contributing to his opinion there, obviously, and that's, of course, sending the stock down overall right now. And earlier this month, you guys can see Palantir gave a sales forecast that was seen as disappointing, especially after it said that demand for a new AI tool was, quote, without precedent, right? And Morgan Stanley cut, if you guys didn't see this, this is actually what they did right here. They cut its rating, or their rating, Morgan Stanley, from equal weight to underweight, leaving fully half of analysts with the equivalent of a sell on Palantir, which of course is, you guys see, a high ratio. Compared with the 9 bearish analysts, there are 4 with buy ratings and 5 with a neutral view. And I was reading on another article, guys, they cut their, no, they didn't cut the price target. They raised the price target. Even though they're, going underweight right now, they still raised the price target. Are you ready for this? From $8 to $9, right? And you guys saw what the stock is right now. Let's go back to Thinkorswim. The stock is sitting at what? $14.50, $15 a share. So Morgan Stanley, at least Keith Weiss, maybe that was Keith Weiss that put a $9. Either way, whatever. They're not bullish at all, or at least Keith Weiss. I mean, sure, some analysts at Morgan Stanley are bullish. I think what was it here that we just read? 5 or 4 or 5, whatever. But a lot of them are bearish. A lot of them are bearish, and they think that this rally is being fueled by AI optimism, which you could definitely make a serious argument that there is a ton of money. Let's be honest here, guys. There's got to be maybe not a ton of money. Sure, there are a lot of believers of Palantir that think it's going to do very well long term. But there are people that are like, screw it, I'm just going to throw money at anything that promises AI in the future, and we're going to just see where it goes. There is a lot of that in probably Palantir, NVIDIA, and arguably some other companies as well. There is a lot of money chasing this, not only from retail, but of course from the big boys out there, institutions, hedge funds, right? Especially for NVIDIA stock, in my opinion. But like I said earlier in the video, who knows? Maybe NVIDIA stock, that valuation is warranted considering how much they're raising guidance, how much they're, blowing up on revenue. It's just insane. Whereas Palantir is not quite growing as fast as that, and guidance is not nearly as good as NVIDIA. So what do you guys think? I mean, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. And look, at this point, we do have a head and shoulders on Palantir. We've covered this before on the channel, and now it looks like this mini head and shoulders is kind of playing out. Is it not? Look, we have the left shoulder right there, boom, right? The head right here, the right shoulder. This looks like it wants to potentially dump down. Maybe, just maybe. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it does. But we'll see. That's what I'm seeing right now in Palantir, guys. With this, big dump off down 8.5%, 9%, we're now officially getting rejected at $16.50, $16, which I talked about in my video yesterday. That's a very big resistance. We failed to break out of that. We failed to break out of the 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart as well. So, yeah, I mean, in the short term, it looks like there could be some more downside on this stock. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Feel free to hit that like button and to subscribe. I appreciate you all as always. Feel free to check out my Patreon as well if you guys want to see me build out my Patreon portfolio. I've been building that out now for a couple of months. I'm adding a little bit each week, showing you guys how to start a portfolio realistically from zero, and show you how to build it from scratch, or at least how I'm building it. I'm not telling you guys what to do, of course, but I'm posting posts every single week going over that portfolio. I show you the moves every week, how it's doing. So if you guys want to be a part of that, check out the link down below. There's a lot of other perks on Patreon as well. And feel free to get your free stocks from Moomoo, also linked down below. And with that being said, I guess that's it. Cheers. I'll catch you all in the next video.